Every life begins as a blank page, but most people never realize they are the author, the editor, and the narrator of their own story. They live as if the pen was handed to someone else. They let their past write their future. They let fear become the ghostwriter of their destiny. But the truth is simple and powerful. You become the story you tell yourself. Every thought you repeat becomes a sentence in your script. Every belief you hold becomes a paragraph in the book of your life. And over time, those paragraphs shape your identity, your confidence, your wealth, your destiny. What you whisper to yourself when no one is listening becomes the loudest force that shapes your reality. There are two types of people in this world: those who tell themselves they can, and those who convince themselves they can't. Both are right, because your mind obeys the story it believes. If your internal narrative says, "I'm not ready," life will hand you 1,000 reasons to wait. If your inner voice says, "I am destined for more," the universe begins to rearrange itself to match that belief. That's not magic, it's the law of thought. The same principle Napoleon Hill called the foundation of all riches. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So ask yourself, what story are you living right now? Is it one of possibility or limitation? Because every day, you are reaffirming a plot line. The story of the victim or the story of the visionary. The story of hesitation or the story of hunger. You have the power to rewrite it. Right here, right now. You can take the pen back. You can choose new language for your life. You can change "I can't" to "I will." You can replace "someday" with "today." You can erase the word "failure" and write "lesson." That's the power of awareness. Once you see the story, you can rewrite it. But make no mistake, rewriting your story requires discipline. It requires courage. The mind will resist. It will cling to old sentences written by fear, by society, by your past. It will tell you, stay where it's safe. But safety is a slow death for the soul. Growth only happens when you confront the lie and choose to tell a new truth. Every successful person you've ever admired began with an inner declaration. Before they built their empires, they built their mindset. Before they achieved wealth, they believed they were worthy of it. Edison told himself failure was just feedback. Carnegie told himself wealth was a duty. Hill told himself the mind was the master key. They didn't wait for the world to tell them who they were. They told the world who they decided to be. And so must you. You must decide that your story will not be one of excuses, but of execution. Not of fear, but of faith. Not of drifting, but of direction. Because clarity is power, and the clearer your internal story becomes, the faster your external reality catches up to it. Visualize it. Feel it. Speak it as if it's already written in the fabric of your destiny. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. It believes what you consistently tell it. If you tell it that you are abundant, confident, unstoppable, it will start finding proof. But if you tell it you're unworthy, unlucky, uncertain, it will find proof of that too. The law is impartial. The author is you. So speak greatness into your life. Speak victory before you see it. Speak purpose into your pain. Every word is a seed, and your mind is the soil. What you plant repeatedly becomes the garden of your reality. Now, understand this. You cannot tell yourself a new story with an old identity. If you want to change your life, you must outgrow the version of you that keeps repeating the same excuses. You must rise above the narrative of comfort, of waiting, of almost. You must be willing to die to who you were so you can become who you were meant to be. That's what evolution feels like. It's not gentle, it's not easy, but it's necessary. The man or woman who masters their story masters their world. Because your circumstances are not permanent, they're reflections of your belief system. Change your internal dialogue, and your external conditions begin to obey. The world doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your energy, your conviction, your inner voice. Tell yourself, I am the author of my life. Say it until it feels real. Because once it does, nothing can stop you. And when the storms come, and they will remember, they're not there to destroy your story, but to test the strength of your faith in it. Every challenge is a new chapter demanding a stronger version of you. Don't resist it. Rewrite through it. Because one day, you'll look back and realize those storms weren't the end, they were the turning point. You're not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the opinions of others. You are the story you decide to tell from this moment forward. So write with intention. Speak with power. Live with conviction. Because your future is already waiting on the other side of the story you dare to tell today.